And I wish lightning out of the sky was spelled that way instead of bleach hair lightning, but whatever YouTube says. But anyway, um, now there are so many things to think, which is really the only reason came on. But then right before I came on, I was just like, you know what? Hell with it. Oh, Linda, Linda, Linda. Scott, Scott, Scott. Crystal, Crystal, Crystal. Yeah, break. Oh, and let's not forget how much Sims mentioned in Error 423 here. They wanted, you know what? It's all fun. This is a hot can of garbage. Um, among other things, a few interesting tidbits, a whole bunch of, I could sit here for 9 years. Proof. Oh, it's fun. There are a few things in there, though, today that, you know. Oh, and let's not forget how much Sims mentioned in Error 423 here. They wanted, you know what? It's all fun. This is a hot can of garbage. Um, among other things, a few interesting tidbits, a whole bunch of, I could sit here for 9 years. Proof. Oh, it's fun. There are a few things in there, though, today that, you know. Looks like there may or may not have been a few fake visitors, too, but not really concerned about that either, quite frankly. Real or fake. I don't give a damn about that. Because let's be real, when you're over there, you're really in the land of fake everything, including fake us's, and by that I mean anybody in the damn community, honestly. Can't, man. Like, whatever. And the surprise, did anybody hear the surprise during the bit with the whole handoff situation between the P.O. Box, Ginger Snap, Gemini Hippie, all that team's like, what? Oh my gosh, there's so many of those that act like they're clueless of moments that it's stupid as hell. I've been saying that for how long now? And look, knowing they were all part of that. And in those discords, they knew the handoffs and they knew keys and they knew all of these things. And now they're like, oh, I'm like, man, miss me with that garbage. And at the same time, you gotta remember Tim was into it with an imaginary find, with the ginger snap, the decorations that were supposed to be going to that P.O. box. I was like, it's so gross what they're doing. However, something like this, right? Looks like maybe they're going after Adrian a little bit, or trying to separate right now, considering what's shaking on the ground and her involvement with Monster and Bride of Frankenstein there. There's a drop or two in there, though. Oh, Lord, I'm just. Oh, dear. And there are so many things in there, right? Like, I know they know better than, I mean, it's just. And there are also so many things in there that, in order to refute them, it means I have to give info or things or identify out on other community members, neighbors, pieces, etc. that this place doesn't need because they'll use it as food, right? More drama, more bullshit, right? But I did have this freaking aha moment today where I was like, oh, it's so simple that it was like, oh, wait, I get it now. Damn, how did that escape me this whole time? And it's just another predator being protected by someone on Ben Hill. And it leads back to our abuser. And it's like, oh, okay. But it also leads back to 110 as well. And it leads back, and I just hate that road, okay? I hate that whole fucking road at this point and everything about it. I just can't, man. I just can't, man. And not necessarily protect them when I'm pissed, because it's fine. And man, that whole cesspool right there, like even if that's touched on, this whole place is just gonna light up, and it'll be food for eons. And like, I hate this place. These creators of garbage around open and active cases, and I really truly would love to see legislation made so they can no longer do this around any case. And and they've got the cursory wink nod at my sanity today. And if anyone wants to go back to the before they did the fake splitting thing with them trying to go for that, right? With abuser's preferred handler. And then they swapped it mid stride, but they were going to use that as an attack cycle anyway because of what they're hearing behind the scenes. Like Minnie or Remy were called with the lie from our actual abuser the other day. Oh, I know why that dropped in the Vine. Like I said the other day, that's not true, and not true. And here's the thing. Um, if it were true, correct. Not the lie certain people are offering out to everybody behind the scenes and on phone calls and whatnot around here from court forward the other day, but crazy people don't really recognize crazy people. Okay, I can recognize crazy people just and those who are mentally unwell. Uh, I've spent years fighting against the Q. It's the Q. QAnon garbage is Wayfair garbage, is the Kool-Aid drinking garbage, and fighting for real news, not to die in the dark. You've even seen me stand here and be like, really, with this Green Eyes character? Right? Or the Soap Eaters, or the CZs, or the Hanger-Ons, or the woohoo anti-safe spaces, right? I can recognize just fine, all right? If it were otherwise, I wouldn't stand here and poke fun at Bermuda Triangles and those trying to sell conspiracy theories. Or how often do you see me stand here and call out these goofballs in chat who are like, or those behind the scenes who are trying to make me go up on little rabbit trails to wherever, in doofus to wherever, in doofus driven like sidelines, right? I don't fall for it. I don't play in it. Um, I just don't. It's one of my least favorite things is entire like manufactured fake information and misinformation. All of that. And these people are very conspiracy driven. They play into the QAnon Wayfair Bermuda Triangle garbage that we found ourselves in the past years as an entire world, honestly, not just a nation. But anyway, um, abusers, it's the crazy making, right? And the this and that and the other. And it's like, much like my mom told my own abuser the other day, no, sir, smart ain't, right? And no, you did those things. So, yeah, I don't think so. Just like these people have done these things. And they too don't want people to know those things or to believe those things. And they want to keep the mask on, and therefore they will do anything, including, just like in real life, the crazy making. Something I've lived with for most of my life. I'm used to it. It's nothing new for me. I know what I'm seeing when I'm seeing. Thanks. Miss me with it. And the thing is, it's like, I see somebody on that panel today. And they're like, I don't understand Jodisue and this Chris McDonough thing. I've showed these receipts. Yeah, I also seen like the other night, show some receipt of where a supposed polygraph been paid for. So, you can't pay for it before an appointment's made. There's no appointment made. I dare them to call either two that were contacted. Call the best of the best in the world. Call the best of the best polygraphers in the world. Record the phone call where they like, oh yeah, we took money for blah 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 before there was actually an appointment made. Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit. And why? Because I know it's bullshit. And then here's the thing: depending on how many questions are on one, is the pricing. There was never any set amount of anything like that. Yeah, so there would have been an actual amount given at that point. Hmm. But yeah, watching somebody who on the regular manufactures things, who I've watched in real time and have proven they change stuff, delete things, edit things, and take things out just like they have in Discord and all that, then proclaiming their sweet little boys. They've had the receipts. They don't understand. They've shown this. They've shown that. And Chris McDonald. Well, here's the thing, sweets. I don't think any of these people know, and I think it's something they're very much after, on how much contact has been between I and him. When, where, how, and they really want to know who the middle person is with that. And I can tell you at McDonald's own mouth, I've heard that Discord was a setup. You'd be amazed how many recordings and receipts and all these things exist around. And exactly how many bigger than these tiny little tragedy pins wanted to talk to me and interview this Aaron. You know, right now they're going to hold entire. They're trying to reset back to an entire year ago, and in some ways, all the way back to when they first started. It's outright to where the public was. And in the first minutes and days after summer vanished. And I know they made mention of Renfro there, and the way in which they did was a little strange today. Had to do with Crystal, obviously. See there. You notice how they keep popping that thing up like it's good information? No. And the reason they really don't, they touch on Renfro in a different way is because Renfro is a thing here locally. Also one of Key's preferred little critters. Also hangs out and is, you know, around Monster and such. But I bet Renfro would be real interested in all the messages Crystal altered to make her look like she was part of the clan, and that are quite bad. All I'm saying is some people were definitely altering messages, and you can see it because they did such a and then to tie her into that chicken fighting thing and this and the other and blah 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 and odd. But I'm sure Renfro will be interested. She probably should be. But that was pretty obvious. That was one that stood out today. I don't know. There were so many. Like I said, I could stand here for 9 weeks. But man, it's like watching people slip on skin almost. Right. They're saying all of these things I've said for years. Now they're acting like they're the ones outing them, but they're doing it in a way that's leaving them out of them and making them the victims of. No, they ain't. TM today playing like the first time she ever talked to Linda was in that like 20-hour backstage thing they had going with Monster and Bill's trying to and getting ready to and timing all the rooms to go in a certain sequence and all that to target I and my child with Monster and that false call. All right. TM acting like that's the first time she talked to really Linda. Nobody, anybody that's been around long enough knows that she actually, there was quite a few times. But TM had Scott H and Post-it Note at the time. Remember that lady, though, that came on to defend Post-it Note before she became up there? Post-it Note being Linda. One of the Linda names, right? But the lady with the whole Johnny Cash billboard niece thing going, and then Post-it Note came up. Post-it Note slash Linda with Scott. They called out the fake Fed thing. They called out all the things, etc. TM's one hosted that, and she knew that was Linda. Linda was mentioned and referenced by name that day, but here's the first time she's ever been on a panel with Linda is over there. It's such. And that, after that, Scott Post-it Note, Johnny Cash billboard lady, whatever that was, panel that TM had, is when they also had the whole Linda screwed up the entire database of Jenny and Adrian's, oh my gosh, part of the soap opera run. Anybody remember that? Yeah, okay. And Linda has been the. Anybody notice that Linda, literally from, if you remember after the fake fed starts getting really noticed, they have to kind of admit that, PFizz and the rest do that. She has the all creators welcome panel, blah, blah, blah. But then she has the Linda live stream on true crime, right? True crime commentary. Which, if I recall correctly, I thought she was trying to talk about me, but no. So it was Linda. Fucking Linda. Anyway, but yeah, so Linda has made numerous appearances throughout this almost 2-year period, and they're always kicking the shit out of her, just like a can down the road for everything, right? Linda comes in every few months and it's this or it's that or it's whatever. Y'all making the math work yet? It's real weird that Linda keeps, though, being used behind the scenes by him, right? Linda's back here talking to Lips, who's talking to our abuser, who's helping plan the call, all that, with all of them, even after supposedly, now think about this, even after supposedly already being outed for screwing up Adrian and Jenny's database by that